Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Nathan Jones, who will fight on FightStar Championship 37, August 23rd. Hello, Nathan. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And in few weeks, you will fight against another really good prospect. And if you can tell me how your camp is going for now for this opponent.
Yeah, the camp's going great. I call it the champ camp because I'm the champ, and that's how it's going to stay. Left no stone unturned. You know what I mean? I've taken like specific steps with my nutrition, with my S&C, with my technical training as well. Sparring's going great. Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean? It's just got to get the weight down. But then other than that, we're good.
And of course, he is a really good opponent. He's Tom Mullen, who is like 11-2, I believe. And what do you think about him as a next challenge for you?
Yeah, he's a good opponent. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to take easy fights. I've never taken easy fights. I've always taken a challenge, and he poses challenges, but nothing that can't be overcome. It will bring out the best in me, and that has been my ethos as a fighter from the very start. So I'm taking it all in my stride. He's got a good record, and I'll eat that standard.
And I think that it's like kind of hard to surprise you right now because you have this kind of like crazy experience. You fought against who is who on the regional scene, of course, in like many promotions. So you probably seen like everything in like pro MMA.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that. I mean, look, the good thing about this sport is a game of inches. You know what I mean? And there are new moves being invented all the time, new things happening, highlight reels and stuff. So, and I'm not complacent on the fact that I've been around. I've fought the best of the best for the last decade. I'm not complacent about that. However, my experience, I can take confidence within my experience. Absolutely, I've fought against top tier guys. I know what to do. I know how to prepare, and I know what will bring out the best in me. And somebody who is hungry, somebody who has unanswered questions about them, about how they're going to perform on the big stage, how they're going to be when when they're up against it. We don't know, and all these unanswered questions can make me not so much worried, but give me some bit of anxiety, and that anxiety leads to being prepared and not taking any chances. So look, it's my belt. I'm defending it. Main event. Let's go.
And also on topology, he's number three as the like welterweight in UK. So probably
Is
the
he?
yes.
Hey, hey! I'm looking at Fight Matrix. I'm number 9. He's number 10.
But it's like still like really good opponent and of course like rankings is kind of like sometimes like there are like weird, let's say, but I think that in your last fight against Jordan Rutherford you looked absolutely great and he was like undefeated prospect. You submitted him in the first round, and if you can tell me how happy were you after this kind of performance against undefeated fighter.
I really can't put it into words other than, oh my God, it's how I prepared, and I knew it, I visualized it, but it actually happening better than I expected. It was unbelievable. Lightning doesn't strike twice. I firmly believe if I have that fight again, it doesn't last 2.5 minutes. It goes a few more rounds. However, I generally, in my heart of hearts, believe the result will stay the same. I'm that good. I am red hot right now, and you will see 23rd of August how hot I am.
And right now you are on a four fight winning streak. And do you think that it's like the best version of you right now?
Absolutely. Look, I'm coming into my stride now. I'm on my last run as such, but that doesn't limit how many fights I've got. It just means that I'm not losing anymore. You know, I've got a lot more in me. You know, my mileage is in my prime. Yeah, you may look at my age, you may look at my record and think it's blemished, but my body clock mileage, I am in my prime. I haven't been so fit before, I haven't been so strong before, and technically adverse through the experience that I've acquired and the way that I train now. I train smart now, so yeah, you will see the new and improved Mr. Bag and Tag.
And because of the fact that you fought against who is who, and you have this kind of like experience against like fighting like really good prospects, like every style possible. So who was the toughest opponent for you when you even after the fight that you had a chance to share a cage with this fighter, and you knew that it was like super tough opponent?
I'll be honest with you. I actually can't give you a name. You know, one name, because I've fought some diesel fighters, I've fought some diamond fighters, I've fought guys that were easy on paper and I lost to, and I fought guys that were hard on paper that I beat. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the beauty of the sport. But I fought world champions. Do you know what I mean? Or people that have gone on to fight world champions. Like, if I was to give you some names, some diesel fighters: Alex Lahore, Brad Wheeler, Walter Gaharza. They're my teammates now. Do you know what I mean? But they're people that have fought, tough fighters that have fought. Other tough fighters that have fought: Ross Houston, Jack Grant. Who else was really tough? Oli Salada. Oh my god, the Finnish guy. Salada. I don't Salatati. Oh mate, I'm not doing him justice. He's a lovely guy as well, and I've trained with him since. So sorry, Oli, if you're watching this, but you can check on my record. But look, the last 10 years I've fought some diesel guys, but on the same caveat to that, the last 10 years I have been blessed to have trained with some top tier guys. I'm talking about legends. I'm talking about current UFC fighters, and the best in Europe. You know, I've been fortunate enough to train with top tier, fight against top tier. But the equation is that means that I am top tier, and I will show you that 23rd of August.
And I remember that I don't want to like mispronounce the name, but the Walter Gaharza, I believe, that at this point that you fought him, he was like 16-0. There was like a lot of hype behind him, and it probably on the paper would be like one of the like biggest wins of your career, I believe.
Absolutely, you know, I was not 16-0. Yeah, he was the big bad wolf in the division at the time. No one really wanted to fight him, and I was like, look, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And it's with that mentality that I took to Jordan Rutherford last fight, because you know I was not that I was brought in to lose, but nobody expected me to win. So I was like, look, my mind is strong. I'm ready to go. And same with this guy, Tom Mullen, Mallet. So Tom. Sorry, it's hot. I'm dehydrated. Tom Mullen. Look, I'm just taking it with the mentality that I'm the man, and I'm gonna do it. You know, I believe in my skills. I believe in my preparation, and yeah, you know, you're only as good as your last fight. So when I'm in that cage with him, nothing else matters other than to put my name in that performance. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
And because of your experience, is it any like regional fighter that you would like to face, especially like from the like UK scene?
I'll be honest with you, no. I think I've fought everybody, and my talent pool is getting smaller and smaller. One, because of the amount of fights that I've fought. So I don't really want to like. I'll be honest with you. Like 5-0 was like the like anyone less than that, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? But he had hype. He was a tough fighter, really good resume, and it was for a world title. So that's why I took it. Do you know what I mean? I leapfrogged that. But anybody else, there's not that many more people that are unsigned to an organization that are within the same amount of fights that will do me justice to propel my career on. You know, I honestly couldn't think of anyone else that's currently fighting now. However, I'm not saying that there are no other people for me. There are, and we will cross that bridge when we get there. You know, I'm predicting a good finish for myself that will make the bigger shows interested, because they are interested. They were asking about me. Do you know what I mean? I had quite a few organizations ask about me, but I did have this score to settle, to defend my belt, to unify the belt, to put a stamp on my position, you know, in this scene, and that is to take that young buck out.
And like obviously you are a really really good fighter on the ground. You have like many finishes, 13 I believe submissions. You are good in like almost all of the position. But do you have maybe one submission in mind that you would like to win? Maybe this fight, maybe like some other next fight, but maybe this kind of like crazy creative way.
Yeah, I have like an armbar finish, right? But it's like a monoplata, and I've been working the monoplata, omoplata a lot. You know, I love the Kimura position, so anything like that will help me write an instructional and sell that instructional and teach it. You know, so that's what I've been working on in training. That's not to say that, you know, I'm talking about jiu-jitsu, not necessarily MMA jiu-jitsu, but if I could get something funky like that, that would be great. But I honestly am not fussy. My job is to win, you know, whether that's impressively, whether that's boringly, whether that's on the feet, on the ground, first round, last round. Like, I don't really care. I will take what I can get, you know, because I need the win. At the same time, I'm working toward my 14th submission. You know, I need 16 to be joint first in the UK for submission finishes. So 17 will make me number one, you know. So that's my end goal for my career, to fight for my legacy. So yeah, whatever gets me there will be good.
And I think that also Tom has like nine submissions, something like this. So probably he also can be a little bit like tricky on the ground, but it's probably also like the puzzle for you that you have to like go through and solve the problem, and like win a submission win over good submission specialist is probably also a kind of sweet.
Absolutely, you know, and it's always about me. You know, yes, the dynamic changes between fighter to fighter and stuff, but it shouldn't matter what their strengths are when I'm dealing with my strength, and that will just verify the fact that, one, I'm a good fighter, but two, wherever it goes, I can deal with it, you know, and it just shows that I'm a good fighter. Do you know what I mean?
And you have experience with working with like a lot of promotions, of course, like FightStar, Cage Warriors, Bellator, like many great promotions. And which one was the best to work with?
You know what? Yeah, I'm a businessman at the end of the day, so I always go to the highest bidder. Do you know what I mean? So whoever's paying me nice is good. However, that being said, the hospitality that I received at FCC was second to none. I really had a good time there, and after this fight, you know, it all depends on how the fight goes. Who's belling up my phone? Like I said, I've spoken to some big promotions asking about me, but if nothing materializes within my next time frame to fight again, I will be going and defending my title on FCC. No doubt about that.
So you are a little bit like the belt collector in UK scene.
Yeah, man. Look, this is that. I've got 5 professional titles to my name. 2015, I had 3 regional ones. Now 2026, I have 2 world ones. Yeah, FCC, full contact contender, FSC, FightStar championships. So yeah, man, I got what they want. So you know what they say: if you want it, come get it. August 23rd. Let's go.
And if you can tell me how your overall journey with combat sports started. So how old were you, and what was the first sport that you train?
It started when I was 23, so let's go 2010. Yeah, literally, I got jumped outside the gym. That was like on a weekend, Saturday night, whatever. Then Monday morning, I was at that gym, and then the rest is history. And I just started training MMA as MMA. You know, it was like, oh look, let's do a bit of everything because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I didn't want to be a victim. Again, I promised myself that was never happening again. And yeah, I just trained everything at the same time, and I leant toward kickboxing earlier on. I found that easier for me because jiu-jitsu is very technical, very, very technical. And, you know, but then I've veered toward jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I've been finishing my fights. So, you know, kickboxing and jiu-jitsu are my fortes. You know, yeah, my pedigrees now. So, yeah.
So you were overall like quite old for like starting combat sport, because 23 is like more of the like older side, especially taking into consideration where this career took you.
Absolutely, and that's why I say my body clock, I'm in my prime. You know, I've taken minimal damage. I know I'm wearing a hat and glasses, but hey, the moneymaker's still looking fresh. You know what I mean? But I will be celebrating my 40th birthday on Boxing Day. So yeah, man, can't teach an old dog new tricks. So we stay winning, we stay on top.
And for this fight, where did you prepare for this fight, and how overall how many weeks did you have?
So my MMA gym is GB top team, Great Britain top team. That's where I do my MMA, and I do my technical work at Elevate Martial Arts. So they're my 2 gyms. Been doing great stuff. Been training with Mark Mene, my S&C coach as well. And then NutriPreps for my meal supplements. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been riding the tide. From my last fight camp, I took like 2 weeks off. I was uninjured, you know, and I already had Tom Mullen ready to go with the date ready to go. So finished the fight, first round, no injuries. I said to Raj, he was there in the audience. I said to him, look, let's run it, let's go, you know. So I took 2 weeks off and then jumped into camp. And because I had the date set, I've known about this for a long time. So look, I'm the fittest I've ever been, man. This is gonna be a good display of martial arts, combat sports, determination, will, confidence at its finest. I have such a good feeling about this, and I am ready to perform. I'm ready to lay it down.
Yes, definitely is one of the best fight on the UK scene that like any promotion can book, because we have like proven veteran who is in the best form of his career, in peak of his career, against like a fighter with good skills and good record. So I think that everybody should tune in for this fight.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
Okay, Nathan, so many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope that you will win your next fight, and maybe fight after this it will be like something also big, maybe kind of like UFC vet, maybe some other like big opportunity for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, there's a bright future ahead. So stay tuned. Keep following.